Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome, my name is Aiden. I am so happy that you are here for today's video. Today I am talking about the entire collection of Marc Jacobs Daisy Dream. I have all of the flankers for it and I wanted to go over all of them because I think it's a line that is being discontinued. They didn't do one this year for a limited edition like they've done in every year since this line came out. So I wanted to kind of review them all, give you my thoughts on the line so that if you are interested in any of them, you can pick them up before they get really hard to find. I believe that you can find almost all of these if you're looking at a gray market site, so like Fragrance Net, one of those. Zulily, I got some of these on Zulily and TJ Maxx and Marshalls and stuff. So you can find them still, but I wanted to do like a video. And I also asked on my last video from Marc Jacobs if people were interested in it, and I did get some affirmatives. So this is it. Daisy Dream. This is what the original bottle looks like. This is the largest one that I have in my collection. This is a 3.4. All of the other ones are smaller, so I'll show them next to each other so you can kind of see the difference between the larger size, and then all of the small ones come in 1.7. This one might come, this was like a permanent flanker and not one of the limited edition ones. I'm getting ahead of myself though. So Marc Jacobs Daisy Dream, I have been collecting the Daisy line since 2012. That's when the first one that I got was purchased, and I've loved them and I really enjoy collecting them. I think the bottles of them are so cute and I do enjoy most of the scents. I will say of the 4 Daisy lines, so you have Daisy, Daisy Oh So Fresh, Daisy Dream, and Daisy Love. This is probably my least favorite of the lines just because I like a couple of the other ones a little bit more. Daisy Love is my favorite. If you haven't watched my Daisy Love video, I will have it linked up above so you can see all of the fragrances in that line as well. So like I said just a little bit ago, this is not my favorite of the Daisy lines, but that's, I think if you like something that's not quite as sweet or quite as, these are just a little bit more mellow. They're not as sweet as the other ones, and I really enjoy sweet fragrances. So you might enjoy this line a lot more. Daisy Dream came out in 2014, and I'm reading the notes off of Fragrantica, so you can always look there. That's a great resource. The top notes are blackberry, pear, and grapefruit. Middle notes are wisteria, lychee, and jasmine. Base notes are musk, coconut, and white woods. And I have been collecting these since 2014 when this one came out. I was really excited for a new flanker. I really liked that the bottle was different. It has all of the daisies all over the place with the little gold. So yeah, I feel like this one is just a little, it doesn't have the sweetness that Daisy does. But it does, it's a very mellow fragrance. I think it's a very pretty fragrance. I do enjoy it. I should wear this more. Like, I'm smelling it now going, why don't I wear this more? I think this would be a wonderful everyday scent. Like if you're wearing to the office, this would be just kind of light and refreshing and nothing too heavy, nothing too boisterous if you're being around other people. Yeah, it's really nice. It smells, it's like a very muted, fruity scent. I don't really get the woods in there at all. Probably, I get the wisteria, I think, in there because I'm getting like some floral notes and some musk notes. It's very nice, and actually I think I have not given this as much of a shot as I should have. So yeah, that's the original. It's just a really nice light perfume, somewhat musky, somewhat floral, but a very light, non-sweet, fruity as well. The first flanker came out the following year in 2015, and this is Daisy Forever, and it's a beautiful blue bottle. I like the monochromatic that they started doing. I don't know why, but it kind of appeals to me as well. So 2015, this one came out, and the top notes are blackberry, pear, and grapefruit. very similar, right? Middle notes are wisteria, lychee, and jasmine, and base is white woods. So they didn't really do a lot of changes to this. There's still white woods, there's still lychee, there's still wisteria, pear, and grapefruit, but you don't have that musk in here. This one, I get more fruit to it. Like, it definitely smells more fruity of a scent. It smells less well-rounded as the original Daisy Forever, or Daisy Dream, sorry. Yeah, I think I get the blackberry. The blackberry's coming out a little bit more. As I'm smelling it, it kind of reminds me of my grandpa's, because he had blackberry bushes. And I'm really getting that blackberry stronger in this one than in the other one. I'm not getting the jasmine in this one, but I definitely do get the blackberry much stronger in this one. I think this one is much more of a fruity kind of sweet scent, definitely sweeter than the original one. Yeah, I need to give this line. I have been neglecting this line, like, as I'm sitting here smelling them. I'm kind of ashamed of myself, just a little bit. All right, in 2016, Daisy Dream blush came out, and this one I remember really being excited about the blush line. This one is quite a departure from the first two. So the notes on this one are violet, water lily, and bergamot. Middle notes are freesia, lily of the valley, and rose. Base notes are musk and vetiver. So this one was more closely, I feel like they started tying the flankers more closely to one another in the Daisy and Daisy Oh So Fresh lines. So this was the first one that they came out with, a limited edition for 1 year only flanker. I get so many florals in this. Like, it's very powdery, so that's, you get that violet note in there. This somewhat reminds me of Insolence in that it's it's powdery, but it's like a sweet powdery. I like this one more than Insolence. Insolence is not a fragrance that I really enjoy. When you look at the scent notes, really the only thing that I'm looking at here that's a fruit is bergamot. You get a lot of flowers, and you get a lot of there's like vetiver, which is like a grass type thing. Yeah, this is why I don't like them when I'm thinking about it. It's a nice floral, but I don't like straight florals. I like ones that are not so florally. Like, this smells like you're out in a garden, which some people really like. That's not what I like. I like to have it tempered with either some gourmand notes or some fruity notes. But this is more of a straight floral to me, and not one that I really enjoy, unfortunately. All right, in 2017, they came out with Daisy Dream Kiss. These are all Daisy Dreams, but I just feel like I need to say that every time. So Kiss, this line was sweeter, I feel like, across the board, and this was one that I really quite enjoyed my other flankers of as well. So the notes in this are pineapple, blackcurrant, and grapefruit. Already some great scent notes in there that I really like. Also a return to some of the original notes from Daisy Dream. Then we have rhubarb, freesia, and jasmine. Again, getting a little bit closer. Base notes are cedar, musk, and ambroxan. So reading the notes, I was trying to remember what I thought of this, because I haven't worn a lot of these in a while. And a lot of them I kind of wore once and then was like, they're fine. And yes, your sense of taste and smell for fragrances, like taste, not like actually tasting them, but your taste in fragrances, there we go, can develop and change. But these are still not really ones, like the first two, I need to wear a little bit more. But the rest of these, I just don't find as imaginative or things that I really would plan to wear or enjoy wearing as much as a lot of other fragrances in my collection. Am I ever going to get rid of them? No, because I love them, and part of collecting fragrances to me is having like a set of fragrances, is having beautiful bottles or cute bottles or quirky bottles. I know some people find some of the bottles that I love tacky, but to each their own. I love the art of perfume, not only the liquids, but the bottles and how those are developed too. So this I don't get, like, this reminds me more of the original one where there is some fruit, but it's kind of indistinguishable and it's not really sweet. It doesn't, it's not the top note that you smell. That's not what you get from it. This smells, I don't know. I think I'm getting the musk the most out of it. I'm not really getting solid florals out of this. Like, I can tell there's florals, I can tell there's fruit in it, but they're kind of mellow, and underneath the base notes, I feel like the base notes are coming out more strongly than the other notes, because it smells like a perfume, but it doesn't smell like a fruity perfume. It doesn't really smell like, it smells more like a floral, I think I must be getting, the cedar must be kind of playing with the musk and just throwing me off a little bit. I don't love this one. I like this one more than the one that we just talked about, but it's not one that I would wear, or I probably am going to reach for very much at all. So Daisy Twinkle was technically supposed to be like the 2018 fragrance, but this is when Marc Jacobs kind of, I feel like, got a little desperate to make sure they were selling things, because they were showing up at secondary sites pretty quickly, and they weren't selling out like some of the earlier fragrances had. So this was actually released like in December of 2017. You could get it just in time for Christmas, which always felt weird for me. Like, when they started doing that, why are you releasing them early? Like, just wait a little bit. And yeah, it's hard to keep up with them sometimes. Anyway, we're gonna smell this first, and then I'm gonna tell you the notes, because I don't wanna be influenced by it. Okay, I'm getting it a little bit. All right, so let me read the notes for you. So the notes are sour cherry, middle note, so top note is sour cherry, middle note is white flowers, base notes are milk mousse and wild berries. I'm getting a little hint of cherry. It is not an in-your-face cherry. It is a very reserved cherry. I think those, the milk, I don't really get a milk note to it. Milk mousse, I don't know what the difference, like, is that just whipped milk? Which would be whipped cream. I don't know. I don't know what milk mousse is. I'm getting some of the wild berries with the cherry. They're kind of mixing together, and it's bringing the sour cherry note down, and it's not nearly as vivacious as other sour cherries in my collection, or cherry fragrances in my collection. And I guess the white flowers are kind of there, but they're not prominent. They're just kind of toning down that cherry. It is really nice, and this is another one that I really need to give some more attention to as I'm here sniffing it. I have underestimated this one, and this is the one that if I had just looked at them and without smelling them or looking at the notes, I would have been like, oh yeah, that's my least favorite of them, which is funny because I would have thought blush would have been one that I really enjoyed, but I'm basing that my history with the other fragrances. Like I said, this is a line that I don't give enough love to. So Twinkle was kind of the 2018 fragrance. Kiss was the 2017 fragrance. The 2019 fragrance was Daisy Dream Sunshine, and this actually is listed as a 2019 fragrance, which that's why it gets confusing, because sometimes they release 2 in a year and sometimes they don't. So this one, let me tell you the notes. The notes are raspberry and sour cherry, middle note is orange blossom, and base notes are solar notes, musks, and berry fruits. This one, I was upset that they called them Sunshine, because the first year of flankers of Daisy and Daisy Oh So Fresh were also called Sunshine. So it gets a little confusing when you're talking about those two fragrances, whether you're talking about the original one from 2012 or if you're talking about the newer one from 2019. If you see the bottles, they're very distinguishable. But to recycle names, like, why did you need to recycle names? I definitely get the solar notes. Like, this smells beachy to me, which is weird because, like, sour cherry is one of the top notes. I do not get the raspberry or the sour cherry in this at all. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm getting, it smells like, kind of reminds me of beach walk or those type of scents. There's like a saltiness to it, even though that's not listed. It's airy. There's some fruits, but they're kind of like non-distinguishable fruits, but I would have classified them more as tropical. I would have thought there was like maybe a pineapple in here, but I don't really, that's not listed on the notes. Maybe that orange blossom is throwing me. It's not an in-your-face orange blossom, which thank goodness, because I don't really like a strong orange blossom. There's just something very off-putting about it to me. Like Coach Dreams, I don't like that one because it is such a heavy orange blossom fragrance. But yeah, I'm getting mostly the musk. I'm thinking there's like a saltiness to that musk going with that solar note. And then you know that there's some fruits in there, but they're kind of buried underneath. You don't really get them. They're non-distinguishable. So that one's interesting. All right, the last Daisy Dream flanker is the one that came out once again, December 2019. Really, it was the 2020 scent. I did do a video on all of the flankers and the Daisy Daze collection last year, but I've wanted to include them and do each like line on its own. It's going to take me a while before I get to the other two because I just have so many more fragrances in those two lines. So Daisy Daze, this one isn't listed under Daisy Dream. They listed this as their own collection, just like they did this year with the Daisy Spring. It's listed as its own collection and they're no longer listed as flankers, which I thought was interesting. So I guess they're supposed to be like flankers of one another, all of the Dazes. I don't know. I thought it was an odd way to start classifying anyway. The top note is wisteria, middle note is longanberries, and base note is musk. It's weird that they have so few notes listed. Like, it seems as they've gone on, they've listed fewer notes. I definitely get some berries in this. I'm not sure what longanberries smell like. That's not a fruit that I am familiar with at all. But I feel like there's more to this. I feel like there's more fruits to this because I don't really get the wisteria and I don't really get the musk. Like, this smells just kind of like a fruity scent that you know is tempered with other things, but it doesn't smell like a fruity floral. Like, you can't distinguish that those two are in there. It smells like it's a fruity one that's tempered. It's nice. I wish I knew what more fragrance notes were in here. What other notes? So yeah, biggest thing I've learned from this so far is that I need to be wearing these fragrances more because there's some that I have not taken advantage of over this time. I'm going to think about it and come back in just a second and rate them and kind of tell you which order I think is the like my favorite to my least favorite or least favorite to most favorite. Before I give my ranking, if you have not already subscribed, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, it would mean so very much to me. Please do like this video if you have enjoyed it. It really does help out small YouTubers so much. And leave me a comment. Have you tried these fragrances? What are your thoughts on them? Are there ones that you want to try? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down below on this line. So in last place and 7th place, I am going to put Daisy Blush. This was the most florally out of the entire line. I didn't like it as much. I like some fruitiness to it. I just don't like straight florals, and this smelled very much like a straight floral to me. In 6th place, I'm going to put Daisy Kiss. This was all right. I don't think any of these are bad fragrances. I don't think any of them are offensive or ones that I would recommend not purchasing. It just, based on what I like, that's how I've kind of been going with these. This one was okay. Once again, it was a little too florally. I wanted something just a little bit more tempered with fruits. But yeah, I still think it's a nice one. It's just not my favorite. In fifth place, I am going to put Daisy Dream. This is one I really need to give more of a go-to. Like, I need to play with it some more. I'm really surprised. Like, I'm really glad that I did this video because I realized that I need to give these fragrances a little bit more love because they're been sadly neglected. So fifth place is Daisy Dream. Right at the middle of the pack is going to be Daisy Dream Forever. I like this one slightly more than the original, just because it smells a little bit more fruity and it's a little bit more distinguishably fruity than the original. And yeah, that's basically the only reason why it edged it out a little bit. I like that it's similar enough that they smell like they're like the same fragrance family, but this is an amped up version of the original in my opinion. In third place, I am going to put Daisy Daze. I did like this one. I think there's some interesting berry notes to it. Definitely not like your typical berry scent. It's more of a dry berry, if that makes sense. So it's not like when you get like just raspberries and strawberries and even cherries, even though they're not a berry, they smell like more juicy. This smells a little bit more dry. So reminds me of more of like a blueberry or a blackberry, something that has a nice scent to it, but doesn't smell juicy, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think of blueberries being like a really juicy type scent as opposed to other ones. So yes, this one is in third place. In second place, I am going to put Sunshine. This one really surprised me, but I've been really kind of gravitating towards more solar notes. And this is not like the beachy scents that have been so popular. I almost want to say it kind of reminds me of Eau de Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford. It's more of that type of a solar beachy. Like, it doesn't smell like sunscreen or coconut. It's really nice. And I definitely want to wear this some more this summer and next summer. Like, this is going to be a more warm weather scent. I need to wear this one more. Which brings me to first place, which is going to be Twinkle. Like I said, this wasn't like, I don't distinguish a solid sweet cherry or sour cherry, which is kind of disappointing because I love sour cherry. I just love cherry scents. I do like this one, and I think it's a really nice one, and I need to wear it some more. It's more about the berries to me in this than the cherry, but I still think it's lovely, and it was my favorite of all the ones that I went through today. All right, that is it. That is my Daisy Dream collection by Marc Jacobs. Let me know if you have any of these fragrances. I'm always interested to hear your thoughts and opinions on fragrances. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Bye.